Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Well, Reed's resignation letter, my heart was in the right place. Former Jamaica College principal and sacked education minister, Well Reed, says his heart was always in the right place in relation to the leadership roles he played in the two portfolios. This was the declaration of the former school leader and minister in his resignation letter that has been obtained. The one-page letter, dated November 20, 2021, was addressed to the chairman of the Jamaica College Board of Governors. In the letter, Mr. Reed expressed gratitude for the opportunity the school presented when it granted him leave to serve as Minister of Education, Youth and Information, albeit with more than $3 million less in his compensation. The former principal says it was his privilege to serve and leave the education system better than he found it. Reed says, despite the controversy that has surrounded the end of his tenure, his heart was always in the right place. According to Mr. Reed, the facts will prove that his efforts were always to help the poor and less fortunate in their needs and struggles. Mr. Reed says against this background, the time has come for him to move on and says he's leaving with the knowledge that Jamaica College is in capable hands to move it to the next level. He ended his resignation letter stating, "May God continue to bless and prosper our school, and best wishes to all Jamaica College family members and supporters." Reed was principal of the Old Hope Road-based institution since 2006. 3 wards of state escaped from Milcalf Street Secure Juvenile Remand Center. The Department of Correctional Services DCS is reporting that 3 wards of state this morning abscond the Metcalf Street Secure Juvenile Remand Center. According to the DCS, the breach was discovered by a correctional officer during a regular check at the isolation center of the institution. It was revealed that the ventilation area made of concrete was destroyed, DCS said in a statement. The DCS said it has notified the Jamaica Constabulary Force and an investigation has been launched into locating the missing wards and the circumstances surrounding their escape. 8 wards are housed at Metcalf Street Secure Juvenile Remand Center in Kingston. St. Andrew woman charged for fatal stabbing. A woman has been charged by the Kingston Central Police for the murder of 31-year-old Kean boy who died after being stabbed during a fight along Princess Street in Kingston. Charged is 42-year-old Tamara Lewis, otherwise called Tammy, of Greenvale Road, 9 miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew. The police report that Lewis and Boyd had been having prolonged series of disputes stemming from a shared partner. According to the police, about 1 p.m. on Friday, both women ran into each other along Princess Street and engaged in a fight, during which Lewis used a scissors to stab Boyd in the chest. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Party promoter taken in for questioning by the police in Portmore, St. Catherine. A party promoter from St. Catherine was taken in for questioning by the St. Catherine South Police. The woman was reportedly taken into custody on Sunday night on suspicion of breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act (DRMA). The woman is believed to be one of the organizers of an event with promotional material that has gone viral on social media. The words Keisha, Waterford, Portmore and Combo trended multiple times on Twitter on Sunday. The woman's name is being withheld pending further investigation by the police. Rehab work underway at Mount Salem School. Managing Director of the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, Omar Sweeney, says that rehabilitation work on the Mount Salem Primary School and Infant School in St. James is well underway. The rehabilitation work at the school is in the region of $300 million and is being funded by the Caribbean Development Bank. Work is being done on one of the main buildings of the institution, which was condemned in 2019 due to deterioration of its upper flooring. We started that work in November, so it's still early days. The contractor might be about 10 or 15% complete. We had completed the procurement for the new equipment for the school, so we have that in storage, and we are waiting on the contractor now to complete the work to rehabilitate the structure. We are now retrofitting the structure and strengthening it to meet the current building codes, and then we will be able to put the new equipment in there and then the school should return to its full functional capacity, Sweeney said. He noted that fortunately, damage to the structure was not as severe and did not require a full demolition of the building. When we did our engineering investigation on it, our structural engineer pointed out that the foundation and some of the structural components were sound, and so what we're doing is a very surgical improvement of the structure, and then all should be well, he said. The rehabilitation forms part of the build phase of the Zone of Special Operations ZOZO, which was in place in Mount Salem community periodically since September 2017. Rehabilitation of the Mount Salem police station, which was completed earlier this year, also formed part of the build phase of the ZOZO. Kingston man arrested after robbing 2 homes in Portmore. A 36-year-old Kingston man was on Friday arrested after he reportedly broke into 2 houses in Portmore, St. Catherine, and stole several electronic devices. Emmanuel Sibbles of New Haven, Kingston, has been charged with 2 counts of larceny. Reports are that sometime before 4:30 a.m., Sibbles reportedly broke into the homes and took several devices. The victims alerted the cop, and Sibbles was arrested in New Haven area of St. Andrew less than an hour after the theft. The police said that 3 laptops and 2 cellular phones were stolen from the houses in Portmore, and other items were recovered. Law enforcers are once again imploring citizens to be vigilant, especially during this season. They are urging citizens to report all suspicious persons and activities to the police, ensure that homes and businesses are properly secured, and use electronic devices to assist with monitoring of assets where possible. PNP campaign for local government election gathering pace. Golden claims people want new administration. PNP President and Opposition Leader Mark Golden, who has been undertaking a series of tours across the country in anticipation for the local government election, says the pulse of the people suggests they want a new administration. The PNP president made the pronouncement while speaking in St. Anne at the weekend during his tour of the parish.
I feel the pulse of the people saying they want a new government. They want change. They're tired of the stress. They're tired of the thieving. They're tired of the dishonesty in government. They want integrity. They want a people-focused government that will look after the interests of the people. Comrades, I am committed to delivering a government of which Jamaicans can feel proud. I am not here to scrape. I am here to serve the people. So comrades, we know that getting back into Jamaica House to serve the people in government is going to take a lot of work. It is going to take a lot of commitment. Many of us in the past, I think, have been too casual and said this is PNP country, we have it locked. Comrades, we can't win election like that. Every single PNP person was voted for us in the past. We have to reach out to them, reconnect with them, tell them that we are the party that will deliver for the people. That will be our entire focus, to build a strong Jamaica. People saying that per Jamaica, focus on equal rights and justice.
Time to step up and get busy and get wicked on them too. Right, you think this thing will come easy? You're fooling yourself. Nah, come easy, they right. Nah, give up this so easy. And the first thing, the first step in the journey, comrades, is to win back local government in the next election. When we do that, Jamaica, as I said, the table turn. But look, when the little boy mounted you know, and they talk about, yeah man, they love to see me in charge because they know so we can't win. Yeah man, go and talk them thing there.
When I say it's time to get busy, time to get wicked, what I mean by that is get serious and put your shoulder to the wheel and don't take anything for granted and walk and talk and agree with the people and greet the people and listen to the people and be humble among the people, because the people want leaders who are humble and who listen to them and who care for them. That is what I mean when I say those things, comrades. I believe in peace and love every time because I know that's what the people want.
COVID-19 Task Force recommends vaccine booster shots for eligible adults. The COVID-19 Operationalization Task Force is recommending that all eligible Jamaicans be given vaccine boosters now in expectation of a fourth wave of the virus early into the new year. The recommendation is among several made by the Prime Minister recently. The recommendations will also include a test or vaccine program for customers facing public facilities, comes as the globe begins to grapple with another COVID-19 variant.
The COVID-19 Operational Task Force, in a mid-morning release on Sunday, provided an update on the status of vaccination efforts in the country and the way forward. The task force, in its latest evaluation, painted another grim picture of Jamaica's vaccination progress. The group says vaccination levels continue to be very low, with new vaccine demand averaging about 2,000 per day. It says the main barrier to ramping up vaccination levels is no longer vaccine availability, but vaccine hesitancy. The task force says given the very low vaccination rate in the population, the country is at high risk of experiencing a fourth wave of COVID-19 infections early next year. With the anticipation of a fourth wave early next year, the group met with the Prime Minister and the Minister of Health recently to indicate its latest recommendations. The task force has recommended the implementation of vaccination booster doses to all eligible citizens. It says the authorities must begin with those brands that have already been approved by the relevant authorities and which are available in large numbers, including Johnson & Johnson. The task force says Pfizer boosters should be introduced once the availability of this vaccine is sufficient and the children 12 to 18 years are fully vaccinated. They also recommended allowing for AstraZeneca boosters as soon as approved by the relevant authorities. Also among its main recommendations is the purchase of new antiviral drugs as soon as possible. The task force says this will allow for the treatment of persons immediately upon being diagnosed as being infected. The group says this will also reduce the rate of hospitalization and death. Meanwhile, the task force has recommended a test or vaccinate program for customer-facing public facilities. It says legal advice suggests that the courts are likely to hold that carefully designed policies to protect public health are demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society and are therefore enforceable. It says the government should ensure that details of the policies are reasonable and to give consideration to the varying circumstances that may apply to different persons. The task force says this could include carefully designed consequences for failing to be vaccinated and exemptions for those unable to be vaccinated for medical reasons. It says in designing the policies, the government should consider the terms of similar policies implemented in other jurisdictions with similar legal and constitutional systems.
Jamaica reported 67 new COVID-19 cases, no deaths in the last 24 hours. Jamaica on Monday reported 67 new COVID-19 cases. This brings the total number of confirmed cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 91,536. No deaths were reported in the last 24 hours. Of the newly reported cases, there were 46 females and 21 males, with ages ranging from 1 day to 92 years. The cases were recorded in St. Anne 16, St. James 13, Kingston and St. Andrew 11, Hanover and St. Catherine 6 each, Westmoreland 5, St. Thomas and Portland 3 each, Clarendon, Manchester, Trelawney and St. Mary 1 each. The country also recorded 154 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 63,096. Currently, 137 people are hospitalized, 14 of which are severely ill, while 10 are critically ill and 20 are moderately ill.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.